Hello, I'm attorney Dan Marr from the Nashville, New Hampshire law firm of Hamlin Kerrigan. I've been practicing here in New Hampshire for about 39 years and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for about 30 years. And I'm going to be talking today about your children going to college. The first of your children to go to college, exciting time. This is the beginning of August right now that I'm doing this vlog. And a couple of things that you should consider seriously for your children's well-being. First and foremost is there's the what's called the HIPAA release, that when you're dealing with healthcare services, when you're when you're dealing with the campus, the health services are going to be telling you that giving you your student the opportunity to give a release as to if they're 18, they make the decision as to privacy, as to their health issues. Can the parents call and find out information in regards to that? I strongly recommend that you require your kids to do that. They say, look, I'm 18, I make my own decisions, but you're probably paying a portion of their tuition. Irrespective of what they think, you should know what's going on. You should know if they have an alcohol problem. You should know if they have a depression problem, an eating disorder problem. They may want to keep that from you. And my strong recommendation for you as a parent is to insist on the issue of making sure that they give the HIPAA. You can't literally force them, but because of your leverage and your situation with your paying and everything else, you do have a lot of um, control over that. Just like when I talked about other vlogs about the benefits of revocable trust, because you can, if you pass on, you can make sure your kids don't get everything at 18. At 18, they're not making the right decisions. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on in college. And we all remember from our own ages when we were in college that it's better for the parents to understand what's going on to be able to protect them. Second part is the Health Care Proxy or Health Power of Attorney. That's extremely important if you're going to be in a situation where decisions, that something unfortunately happens. They do everything the right way and they get into a car accident, or they do something stupid and they get into a problem, and decisions have to be made because they can't make decisions themselves. You want to be able to step in and make the decision for them. And the healthcare power of attorney or proxy allows you to do that, make sure it's compliant with the state that's the college you're in. And again, health services should be able to have you fill that out, but it's an important one. It's not one just to be brushed over and saying, well, this isn't going to happen. It's unlikely to happen. It could happen, and you want that protection. So you want to make sure you have that in addition to making sure you have the connections with the health service department, and you make sure that you have proper insurance for your children through either the university or your own health services. You want to make sure you have that. So those are two things. I also recommend that you have a financial power of attorney of your children, just in case there's anything that needs to be done in regards to if they have any assets, things, if they become incapacitated, if they don't have any assets, less so. Then if they're going off campus housing leases, you want to consider whether or not you want to be signing a guarantee for a lease. This might be a little late now in August to be doing this, but if you can get away with not signing a guarantee of your child's lease, best to do so. And then also make sure you understand, if you are signing the guarantee, you actually read the lease, because your child probably isn't going to, and what's that landlord really saying. I have seen landlords knowing that they can take advantage of 18, 19, 20-year-olds. They have very landlord-friendly leases, and you want to take a look at that. Again, this might be early August for you to be dealing with that issue, but if you have the opportunity to take a look at it. I'm attorney Dan Marr at Hamlin Kerrigan at 603-883-5501, 603-883-5501. Our estate planning department does a whole bunch of things in regards to protecting your children, including your minor children, through what we again said, revocable trust, to make sure that if you die, you and your husband or you and your spouse die in an accident together, everything's not left to an 18-year-old, when they become 18. So that's a horrible situation, of course, to think about, but you want to plan ahead for all those things, just like you want to plan ahead for protecting your kids while they're in college as well. Our firm does all that in our estate planning department. Again, our firm is 603-883-5501. If you want to see other weekly vlogs of mine, you can go onto our website at Nashville Law, all one word, .com, and then look up me for my bio, and from my bio you can see all the different identified topics of vlogs. I've done weekly vlogs for a number of years, and there's a lot there to preview if you're interested. So in the topic that's on the title. So please take these tasks or these recommendations to heart as far as your children going to school. Make sure they have a healthcare proxy. Make sure you have a HIPAA release. You can get one for your children, so you get to an acronym for Privacy Act and federal law, to make sure you know what's going on with your children. And if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Thank you.